Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where we bring you the latest updates about Sheikh Hamdan and his family. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so now and hit that bell icon so you never miss any new update. In today's video, I am going to share with you one of the most emotional and unexpected turns in the ongoing story of Sheikh Hamdan, his ex-wife Haadiya, and the royal family dynamics. This is a continuation of what we've been covering in my previous videos, so if you haven't seen those yet, I recommend watching them first to understand the full picture. Now, let's dive into the latest developments. In my previous video, I told you that Sheikh Hamdan's ex-wife, Haadiya, finally forgave him after a long journey of misunderstandings, heartbreak, and healing. This forgiveness itself was a huge step, something many of us thought might never happen given the pain between them. But Hamdan, with his usual boldness, went a step further. He made a request that shocked everyone. He asked Haadiya to return to Dubai and live with her children again. Haadiya, being careful and thoughtful, didn't respond immediately. Instead, she hesitated and told him, "I'll think about it." From that point onwards, a silent tension filled the air. Sheikh Hamdan, though he carried on with his daily royal duties, sports activities, and meetings, was not at peace. He was waiting, every heartbeat echoing the question, will she return? Will she come back to Dubai? Meanwhile, Haadiya was recovering from a fever that had drained her strength. But as she rested, she also reflected deeply on Hamdan's request. This wasn't just about her anymore. It was about her children, her dignity, and the life she once had in Dubai. The fever gave her time to pause, to think not with haste, but with clarity. And finally, when her strength returned, she decided it was time to give Hamdan an answer. The moment came quietly. Haadiya picked up her phone and dialed Hamdan's number. On the other side, Sheikh Hamdan had been waiting day after day, night after night, with his phone close by, hoping her name would appear on the screen. And when it finally did, he didn't wait even a second. The call was answered on the very first ring. "Haadiya," he said, his voice filled with hope and relief. At first, their conversation was simple. They asked about each other's health, their whereabouts, and daily life. But soon, Haadiya steered the conversation toward the heart of the matter. "I've thought about your request," she said softly. "And I have my own conditions." What she said next left Hamdan in complete shock. Haadiya told him that if she were to return, she wanted something profound, a chance at new beginnings, not just for herself, but for their family. Her condition was this: she wanted another child with Sheikh Hamdan. Now, this was not a simple request. Given that they were divorced, the idea seemed impossible at first. Haadiya, however, clarified that she was even willing to consider surrogacy if natural conception wasn't possible. To her, it was not just about a child, but about creating a renewed bond, a fresh chapter that could unite them again. Hamdan sat in silence for a moment, stunned by the boldness of her request. He hadn't expected this at all. But the more he thought about it, the more he realized the truth. Without being married again, such a request would be nearly impossible to fulfill. Gathering his courage, Hamdan finally responded. Haadiya, what you are asking for is not simple. Without marrying you again, I cannot give you another child. That is the reality. For a moment, he feared she would walk away from the conversation, but instead, Haadiya spoke words he had never imagined hearing again. Then marry me again, she said. Hamdan's heart nearly stopped. His mind raced back through the years, the love they had shared, the pain of their separation, the tears of their divorce. He couldn't believe that Haadiya was offering him this chance once more. Though shocked, Hamdan also realized this was perhaps the last and only chance to reclaim what he had lost, and so, with a steady voice, he told her, "Yes, I will marry you again." At first, they considered whether they could cancel their previous divorce, but legally and religiously, that was no longer possible. Too much time had passed, and their separation had already been recognized. So the only option left was clear. They had to remarry. Sheikh Hamdan is now preparing to visit Germany soon to meet Haadiya's parents and receive their blessings for the marriage. These are the latest updates about Sheikh Hamdan and his family. I hope you found this video both interesting and enjoyable. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of my future videos. Thank you for watching.